You guys ever wake up and you're just not feeling it that day? Today is not one of those days. We have an Axial Ryft to unbox. Yeah!
Sometimes I wonder where you come up with your intros.
Sometimes I don't know if I come up with them, they come to me. Knife! Okay, so the Axial Ryft. This is pretty cool because it's one of the biggest Axial vehicles out.
Probably the coolest looking Axial too.
Debatable, but yeah.
As long as you get the orange.
Pretty awesome. When I think of the Ryft, I kind of think of my favorite old Axial, which is right here, the Eddy. The Eddy was the original rock racer, and then they had the Yeti XL and the mini Yeti.
I don't think of those.
That's what I think of.
I think of a Wraith.
Not by looks, but the fact that it's like a rock racer. This isn't necessarily a crawler. It is, I think it's going to be a little different than, like, you know, your average crawler, which is very cool. And when you think of Axial, you think of a nice slow scale or even competitive crawler. So this is very exciting. You know, you could say we're a little late to the game, but it's really hard when you have, we do RC planes, RC cars, trucks, crawlers, boats. We do it all. And so it's really hard to be on time with all of it. This is still very new and still very relevant.
I think I'm claiming this one.
Oh, man. Wow. It has been a while since you claimed one. Very jealous. It looks so good. It looks way better in person than I expected it to. And yes!
No zip tie cutters.
No zip tie cutter. No zip tie.
It smells so good.
Wow, that new car smell is always so nice.
The new car smell is so nice.
Someday YouTube is going to offer
oh my gosh.
smell-o-vision.
You see that? Those are like really long.
The shocks.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
So
wow, okay, look at the flex.
crazy.
Whoa. All right. So Abby and I haven't spoiled the Ryft.
Nope.
You know, I think we watched Axial's promo video.
I saw when RC Driver Online had it, and I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. I need mine now. Yeah. Here it is.
Yeah. He's a pretty good guy. I like RC Driver. Hey, stop over there and tell him we said hi. Okay, so we have to, one of these days, RC Driver, we'll have a display set up.
So jealous of his workshop.
We never will. So for now, we'll use the box. That looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I love how.
Oh my gosh, the ESC. It's like,
I love where it's melted.
I can't come up with the
Actually,
word.
I didn't notice that until when you saw it. That's when I saw it.
Yeah, that's what my eye went to the dash, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Spectrum.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. They mounted the ESC up here in the cab. Really awesome. It's kind of hidden because you don't really notice it at first glance, but then you realize, wow, that is right up there in between the drivers.
Oh my gosh.
Very cool.
So you got the steering servo is in the front.
Wow, your battery's kind of exposed too.
Where's the battery go? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, so
wow.
You've got just minimalistic access here with 2 body clips on the hood, and that's going to open up underneath where we can get to the battery, which...
Now the motor is right here. I can barely see it in there, and I know it's a brushless motor, but I don't have the size memorized. What's that say, Nate? 2200 kV brushless motor.
Which is pretty impressive. You know, we don't see brushless motors in Axials that often stock, so it's really cool to see that. I'm really impressed with how long these metal links are too, so you guys can see, you know, Axial vehicles sometimes come with plastic links, but these are metal. And they're huge too. I mean, this is a really cool vehicle. It's so like stretched out, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because you have both Wraiths and you have all the Yetis.
I have all the Yetis.
You do have all the Yetis. You have all the Yetis.
I know, I have all the Yetis.
This is mine. Called it.
Now this is probably the fewest amount of parts I've ever seen Axial vehicles come with.
This is weird. Usually there's like 20,000 parts.
There's just a couple things in here, so that's interesting. Then this is it for your battery access. It is just the bare bones hood that lifts up, and then there you go, there's your battery access. This is an IC5 connector, so it's pretty big, which tells me that this ain't no crawler. This is a rock racer.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be fun. Wow, it's gonna be fun. Whoa, look at the steering servo. Whoa.
I already said it, it's up front.
Yeah.
I love the hinge right there for the battery. It's cool, you guys. You guys, this is better in person than in videos and pictures.
Like, it has, cool. Ooh, look at the brakes too. They're like, you know, it has
that's cool.
Really cool brakes on the inside, disc brakes. And then I did notice the diff covers are metal too. So they've got on the back and on the front. It's not just like plastic painted, it's legit metal.
This is like nothing I've ever seen before. This is just so stinking cool.
You see where the power button is?
Oh, that's cool. It's right
like
there.
Buried back underneath the truck, underneath the passenger seat.
I love the layout of this.
Man, that is
It's
so
cool. Different. It's so different. So I'm holding the DX3 radio. It does have the telemetry with smart.
Good.
It has the throttle limit at 50, 75, and 100. It's a really good radio. I like this radio. But this might be the first radio I use my transmitter on. I haven't used this yet, and I'm super excited to learn about it. And you know, it matches.
It does match.
I mean, not quite. The oranges are a little bit different, but
we did get a his and hers.
Of course.
You know, all these ready-to-run vehicles come with. It's so weird.
This is the DX5 Rugged.
Yeah, and it's awesome. We'll link it down below too so you can check it out. But like in the airplane world, you're pretty much trained to buy one ready to fly, maybe two. And then when you're ready, you go into bind and fly, okay? Which means you just buy the airplane, all the electronics inside, but you got to pick up your own universal transmitter in the airplane world. The truck world doesn't really condition you to do that. If you're a racer or if you're really into it, a lot of people do.
Still can't do it.
But I would say most people probably don't get a universal ground vehicle transmitter until much later in the game than what they do in the airplane world. And it's kind of interesting that Abby and I, even over 8 years of doing this, and literally hundreds of ground vehicles through our possession, have finally gotten a universal ground vehicle transmitter, because it's almost like you don't feel like there's a need to do that, because the radios that they come with, like this is
They're really nice.
Really nice. You
this
do
is
not.
Nicer.
She's right. She is right. She is right. But it's crazy that if airplanes came with such a nice radio, it might be like a whole different world.
But this is what we both plan on doing with any of our cars or trucks or whatever that have Spectrum in it. We're basically gonna throw, we label everything on the bottom. We basically are gonna throw them in a box and then just use these if it has a Spectrum receiver in it.
And it's gonna declutter our place a lot, because you guys can see how many ground vehicles we have. I mean, we have a lot. It's time to declutter, and you can do that with a lot of the vehicles that we have. Probably most of the vehicles we have, I would say, have Spectrum setups in them, right?
We
Spectrum
tend to favor.
Oh, and you get, once you taste a good company and a good brand, it's hard to go back. So Abby and I tried.
But we have some non-Spectrum stuff back here too. It's probably hard to see, or off-brand. We have your Octane back there.
Love the Octane.
You have a lot of the crawlers over here are
like
off-brand.
Our Red Cat crawlers.
We have a lot of the stuff right here. We need to redo our shelves, but a lot of the stuff right here behind me is not, it's off-brand.
Yeah, and that's fine. We love our off-brand stuff too. But we do tend to favor like the good stuff. It's worth it most of the time to save up and buy a major name brand thing, because you have part availability, you have product support, you can call customer support, which is really huge with Horizon. I mean, you can talk to someone on the phone. I've talked to someone on the phone. Sometimes if they're swamped, you might have to like call them and set up a callback.
I do the chat
online, and they're really good. They always usually know who I am, and that might make a difference. I don't know, but they're always very nice to me, and they're way more educated than I am most of the time. So it's really refreshing to get someone on the phone. Axial tends to make stuff that I'm always happy with. I don't think I've ever had an Axial that I've gotten rid of, right?
No.
And that's a big deal. I don't know why people don't get way more excited about Axial stuff.
I love Axial.
Because like, we've had bashers. Sorry, Armin, there's like one that slipped through the cracks. Shouldn't have happened, but it did.
I regret it.
I know, the Raider. And so that makes me feel really good anytime we get our hands on a new Axial, because they're going to support this for a long time. That means we can run it hard for a really long time, learn what is strong and what is weak, and like plan for that, prepare for that every time you drive it. And so this being a new, different style of beast, you know, Axial stuff, you usually don't break it no matter what, unless you're in a tough bind and you strip the gears out or something like that because you're just really pushing it way harder than you should in a really tight spot, which is extremely rare. It's not like when you go drive a basher and you snap arms all the time or the shock tower busts off. You know, we might see something like that one.
Traxxas.
Do you have Traxxas stuff? It does.
Excuse me.
We've broken a lot of brands though, not just Traxxas.
No, poor X-Max.
Yeah, it's still broken.
I can say it because it's in the video.
That's right. And so here's the Ryft, guys. It's just going to be fun. I think where this is going to shine is just, I mean, it looks amazing because it's so different, but also out there running it, and we plan to do that very soon on the channel. I'm excited. And you know, we do these unboxings a lot of times because it's dependent on weather, but when we get something that is just so awesome that deserves an unboxing, we like to take the time, sit down on the couch, just kind of slow things down a little bit and take a nice close look at it so we can appreciate it. Because when we go out and bash it, you know, we're not going to take that close of a look and it's going to get dirty fast. So we like to appreciate this vehicle in all of its glory in this unboxing and first impressions video. And I can't believe it's yours, because I really like this thing a lot. That might be the tallest shock tower.
Honestly, it reminds me of, where is it?
It does remind me of the Wraith.
Like the shocks and stuff? I don't know. Because you remember how whatever that it was, it like always
Wasn't it the
down.
Camo X4 or something?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think this is like way more aggressive.
Oh yeah, this is way better.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds me a little bit of it. This is better. It looks better. Everything about it's better.
Really curious about this box back here.
That's what I was wondering. It says Axial Fuel Cell. I think it's just decoration, right?
No, I think you can. There's 4 screws, and I'm pretty sure you can get in there and put something in there. It's an actual little box.
What is that?
Well, it's just for looks, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
what would you put in there?
Candy. Beef jerky. You're out running the trails, you get hungry. You don't want a snack? Get your candy out.
Let me get my screwdriver real quick.
Right, yeah, it'll only take 20 minutes, but it's worth it. It's good candy. That's what I'm putting back there.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Mm-hmm. We're stupid. We just have fun. You know what? It's so crazy. We just have fun in the hobby. And here we are 8 years later with like 250,000 subscribers, and for that we thank you. As it turns out, there are people that like to have fun with these toys, and not everybody wants to sit down and read an instruction manual together. We can do that, who really likes to, and no one wants to do it together. So thank you guys for that. We had this crazy idea to start a YouTube channel where we said, you know what, we're going to do this differently. It's going to be family friendly. From day one we made that decision. You know, why not be? Seems really stupid to not be. Sorry, not sorry. And let's just play with the things. They're toys after all, right?
Right.
You know, everybody gets the thing out and they say, okay, well let me read the box for an hour to you, and that's going to be my video. We like to have fun with them, so we just kind of do what we want, you know. And here we are. Thank you. It's crazy. It really means a lot, and I hope that doesn't come out the wrong way. You know, I really am very grateful for our patrons, everybody watching, big guy upstairs. Extremely awesome to have the support that we've had over these 8 years, and we're very excited to always bring you guys the honest truth. You know, we got that low C drag through over there. We just did a video on it, and as perfect as it is, we still show the imperfections that it does have, like where the tires rub the inside of the body. And a lot of people in the comments said, hey, there's a simple solution, put a little tape on the inside of the body for that, and problem solved. And that's very true, and we'll talk about that in our follow-up video. But you know, there's no need to like hide that. That doesn't make it a bad RC. It just lets you guys know what to expect when you buy it. Now sometimes there are enough issues that make it a bad RC. And we tell you that on our channel. You remember when we stopped doing drones for like a year because so many companies were putting out bad drones, and here we are. We're seeing some good drones on the market again. Yeah. So what are you going to do with this first? You going to do a speed test? Or you going to bash it first? You going to break it?
Is this speed test worthy?
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, it's always fun to see how fast they actually can go. So yeah, we can do speed test just for the fun of it, and then we'll take it out. I don't know, probably by a lake or something. That'd be fun.
It's just really cool. We got to find a nice
I just want to tear the ground up or something. I just want to find some mud or something. I don't know.
Those are big knobby tires. I mean, that is really cool. They're massive. They're monster truck tires. My low-C tires back here are like the same size.
No.
Well, really close.
You are
really close.
very exaggerated.
It was this big. Oh my gosh, it's time to go. If you're still with us, you guys absolutely rock.
We'll have a video popping up right about now that you can go check out of another RC car that we love. See you guys over there. Bye!